dreaming. Heart's not beating anymore. It's alright, it's happened once before. I'm fine, I'm fine.
All right. Yeah, I can't tell how this sounds out there, so it's hard to set up. We won't have these problems tomorrow.
It's been a long time since I played that one. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I gotta say, it's how John Piper sings that loud and does the harmonica with it. Guy's got lungs like an elephant. Thank you. You rock. Give all the money to the rich. The hands you down now, the sure and show. And direct you directly to the rich. Yes, you hear them talking tongues now. Though you know not what to be. And I make no time for friends. Just keep your eyes focused on the streets. Yes, I see. They're doing nothing here but doing all the free. Yes, I know. They're doing no place that also like going home. And yes, I hope I see. One day we all wake up and stop them ships upon the sea. Well, hallelujah. And all just burn. Cause they ain't time for this man. And they sure ain't never gonna learn. You can feel it as they watch you. Nothing eyes open pain. While you sit back and relax now. As your heart disconnects from your brain. It's your feet off of the blood child. As it flows out of the veins. Ain't about what you have lost now. Only one day can gain. Yes, I see. They're doing nothing here, but they're all good. guess I know. When they said don't it's worth it, I can come home. Yes, I hope I see the day we all wake up and get up off our babies. Well, hallelujah, and I'm all just burned. Cause there ain't time for this man, and they sure ain't never gonna learn. Wait, and all I want to my ear, when I have this all. I'm living out of town, living up a fight. Brain is still on fire, I want to make it stay. I want to black and shiny, where my breath is good. And both the fear went through the night, it clear through the sky. It's all the light is coming out. he hurt one causes pain. Wanna save your soul from hell and lighten on our rain. And cowboy, change your ways today, or with this you will die. Time has and devil said, and cross inside.
Yeah. Thank you.
Outside this lazy summer, ain't got time for your sort of pretty girl. Right outside the rain gates, winter's at home. Only way you know that's real, wings of my love, just carry the bird away. Wake up and find out through all the eyes of the world. Our hands seem to tell the promise of a day. When I'm starting up on the song of the morning rain. Our hands seem to sing the songs of a song. Sometimes we live up and taken away when our home. Sometimes we visit your country, living in your home. Sometimes we ride our horses. Sometimes we walk alone. Sometimes songs of the air to songs of our own. Wake up to find out that you are the eyes of the world. Our hands reaches its own and it loves of its own. When I discovered that you are the song that the moment brings. Our hands and seasons and singings and songs of its own.
Thank you. Phew.
That's one of my top songs.
It took me years to learn. For real.
I've been lifted off the ground by that song before.
Yeah. Me too. Not with Jerry, but with the other boys. For real.
It was for me. It was Rumpke Mountain Boys were playing.
They can do it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, they can.
Oh, pirates, yes, they are right. So like the merchant ships in exaggerated life. From the bottomless pit, my name was made strong. My hands in your light, we follow in this generation. Triumphantly, won't you hear to sing these songs of freedom? It's all I ever had. Redemption song, redemption songs. And to make yourselves make us straight, not by ourselves, free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. How long shall it give our promise while we stand aside and look? Yes, some say it's just a public. We're supposed to fulfill some good. Won't you hear to sing these songs of of freedom is all I've ever had. Redemption song, redemption song. Like ourselves, our minds are doing there for a time. Energy is nothing until the stop of the time. How long shall it get our pockets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it to go back to the ones who did, the ones who took that rap. Or took that bullet, all we ever had. Redemption songs, all we ever had. The songs of freedom, favorite songs of freedom, are the songs of freedom.
Is Dave or anybody else ready to play?
David's coming up.
Right on.
Hey, we're gonna get Hagen Reynolds back up here on the stage. That's a hell of a job, Rusty Henderson. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
You're the man. I love you.
Love you too. You the man.
We trying to get things done.
That sounded fucking badass, dude. For sure. Thank you, man.
You're more. All right, you brought yours. I said you're more welcome to play that ovation.
I love that ovation, dude. I have one tattooed on my arm.
Ah,
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
Do that.
we're gonna keep doing this out here until we get it right, by the way. And I feel like May was a hell of a good show. I'm having a good time tonight, and
Good practice.
tomorrow's gonna be a killer show, man. I'm fucking stoked. So if you leave here or if you get on social media or anything like that, make sure you pump it up out there, man. That's word of mouth is everything, especially in person. When somebody sees that you're excited about something, it makes them excited, and that's what gets people out here. But they're coming, that's for sure, because the musicians are coming, and they're gonna follow. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, god damn it. I'm not quite as, I'll be more organized tomorrow night, of course. Oh yeah, I forgot we still have a live stream going. Nobody's watching it, but I'm only on YouTube because I've been kicked off of Facebook again. Oh, yes.
Mark Zuckerberg is a fucking Nazi.
Did anybody see Roger Waters tell Mark Zuckerberg to fuck off? Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, he's fired up, man. He is. And Clapton came out and started saying, hey, this vaccine is not a good idea. I'm coming out there. You like that? You like that, Dave? Yeah.
Oh, I was told to move it.
Who said?
I can't divulge that information.
That's up there for a reason. That's a global movement, you know.
Safety equipment.
I agree with the movement.
Yellow vest.
Yeah.
I can wear it.
Yeah, just wear it. Fuck it. It might get hot.
I'll wear it.
We'll make sure we get some pictures of that shit. Yeah.
Song. Hmm? Ah, yeah.
Watching clock, it's 4 o'clock, it's got to stop. Tell him, take no more. She practices her speech. He opens the door, she rolls over, turns to sleep as he looks her over. She lies and says she's in love with him. Can't find a better man. She dreams and calls, she dreams and can't find a better man. Can't find a better man. Talking to herself, there's no one else that needs to know. She tells herself. She loves him, yeah. That's why she'll be back again. She tells herself she's in love with him. Can't find the man. Can't find the man. She loves him, yeah. That's why she'll be back again. She needs him, yeah. That's why she'll be back again. Can't find a better man. 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 Oh, where can my baby be? The Lord took her away from me. She's gone to heaven, so I got to be good, so I can see my baby when I leave this world. But I wanna take my daddy's car. We hadn't driven very far. There in the road, straight ahead. The car was stopped, the engine was dead. I couldn't stop, so I swerved to the right. I'll never forget the sounds that Screaming tires, busting glass, the screams that I heard last. Oh, where can my baby be? The Lord took her away from me. She's gone to heaven, so I got to be good, so I can see my baby when I leave this world. When I woke up, the rain was pouring down. There were people standing all around. There's something warm calling to my eyes. Somehow I found my baby that night. I lifted her head, she looked at me and said, "Oh, darling, just a little while." I held her close, I kissed her on last kiss. I found the love that I had missed. Well, now she's gone, even though I hold her tight. I lost my love, my life that night. Oh, where can my baby be? The Lord took her away from me. She's gone to heaven, so I got to be good, so I can see my baby when I leave this Hey, babe, will you bring me another beer, babe? Oh, stealing, let us sail. I wanna leave it again. And I saw her on the beach of wet sand. In the sand, I wanna leave it again. When I saw her, I wished it all away. And I called and I said, hello, and I said, I called out. And the reason I know. I said, I don't know whether I'm a boxer or a bag. I am out on that horse, round the front way. No, I don't want to. wished it away. I said that I don't know whether I'm the box or the bag. I can see them out on that porch. Now I'm running away. I don't wanna stay. Don't wanna stay. I don't wanna stay. Yeah. Thank you. Early in the morning, rising to the street. Light me up that cigarette and I striped shoes on my feet. Got to find a reason, the reason things went wrong. Got to find a reason why my money's all gone. I got a Dalmatian and I can still get high. I can play the guitar like a motherfucking riot. Life is too short to love the one you got, cause you might get run over or you might get shot. Never stop to try, I just get it off my chest. Never had a battle with a bulletproof vest. Take a small example, a tip from me. Take a lot of money, give it all to charity. Life is what you got, it's within my reach. Never settle down, stops to straight from Long Beach. Comes back to you, how to get what you deserve. Try and test that, you're bound to get served. Love's what I got, don't start a riot. Even when the dance gets hot. Love is what I got. So remember that, yeah. Love is what I got. Said remember that, yeah. Love is what I got. So remember that, yeah. Love is what I got. I don't cry when my love runs away. Don't get angry at the bills I have to pay. Don't get angry when mom smokes pot. It's the bottle and the rock too rocks. Fucking pot, it's all the same. Living then we die's the only way to stay sane. Let the loving come back to me. Cause love is what I've got. So remember that, yeah, love is what I got. Yeah, remember that now, love is what I got. So remember that, yeah, love is what I got. I got.
I'm gonna do a tribute to my buddy who wrote, in my opinion, one of the best songs I've ever heard in my life. It'd be John Volker. He wrote the song "My Dear Molly," and I believe it's probably one of the best songs I've literally ever heard. Sure, you guys later tomorrow too. Once had me a girl named Molly. That was for a rock that tree. Without him, you can't got me. She's still on, she's on the run. There's no one else, my dear Molly, knows where I hid. I hid that gold away. No one else, my dear Molly, knows where I hid it. I hid that gold away. Outside this jail, hear 'em holler, little ones, they won't see me hang. If I give it up, where is the money? No, they'll let me lock me safe away. But if I claim I ain't guilty, no, they'll string me up today. 'Cause no one else, my dear Molly, knows where I hid that gold away. No one else, my dear Molly, knows where I hid that gold away. I hear the wind, it's howling, it's calling out my name. Carries me away to my dear Molly. Days before I robbed that train. So just keep your hands off my dear Molly. I'll be busting out one day. 'Cause my brother's name will not forget me. The blood, a hole inside of this cage. There's no one else, my dear Molly, knows where I hid that gold away. So no one else.
Awesome,
Thank you guys. I'm gonna take a short break, drink me a beer. Probably play another set here in a minute.
Awesome, man.
Thank you.
I like having this wireless mic. It's absolutely ridiculous. Just walk around talking. I only got in on like one song there. I couldn't help myself. That sounded
Hell yeah,
good.
man.
What was that? I was, damn it. I can't remember what song it was, Rusty. Ghost Riders, yeah. Yeah, somebody's paying some Johnny Cash, you know. God damn, you can't get up in that. Come on. Ah, yeah, it could have been a lot better if I had practiced that song. Yeah. Yeah. They're starting that back up, you know. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I talked to Brad, too, and he said they would play there. Good times. Well, shit, man, we can get him some gas, for Christ's sake. So we won't have these little breaks so much tomorrow. Once we start at 4:20, it'll be a non-stop show until it's over. But today's, dude, I thought that was the best you ever sang and the best I ever heard that song sing. I'm not even joking. This is beautiful. Yeah, thanks for playing that, man. I've been saying people need to do some Spec McQuaid covers. Yeah. Bustin' Another Rock is the first time I ever heard Bustin' Another Rock. I was like, Jesus Christ, that's a fucking top fucking hit, dude. Yeah. Yeah, there is no doubt in my mind that there's going to be some hits come off of that album. I know, I'm this far away. Yes. Yes. That makes it cool too, because I could be anywhere in the audience when when the band finishes, and they'll be like, oh yeah, it's good. All right, give it up for Hagen Reynolds. The best performance of My Dear Molly that I've seen to date. Of course, we'll have to see what happens tomorrow night. I'm sure there's going to be a challenger. And they got a full band, so it's an unfair advantage. But that was awesome. My son is here with his sister. He's 10 years old. And I just turned 52. 52. I was really enjoying being 51 years old for some reason. I didn't even tell anybody that my birthday was coming. I just kept it completely silent. Paula didn't even know it was my birthday. On my birthday, I kept it that quiet. Yeah, I know, well, like Joanne, I'm sure she knew it was my birthday, my mom. Ah, yes. Ah, Joanne used to send me cards for every holiday, birthday. I used to have like 10,000 greeting cards from my Aunt Joanne. That was awesome. I probably still have some of them. I just not really sure where they're at. Well, since we got a little bit space here and a few more people out here, I'm going to tell you all about a little story that I ran into the other day. And it's written by this guy, and this guy is, his name is Michael Capuzzo. And Michael is a New York Times best-selling author, and he's been nominated for the Pulitzer Prize 6 times. So this guy's a serious author. I mean, he's got serious credibility. Well, his wife runs a magazine, and Michael published an article in that magazine, and the name of the article is "The Drug That Cracked COVID." And the story goes on to tell this horrible tale about drug companies, big pharma, and these other companies that all got together, and including media companies, and they decided that they would keep this hush hush so that they could push these vaccines on everybody. And I think they're in deep shit because it's crimes against humanity when you start killing people by withholding medicine. Now, I'm going to tell you how I come to find this out. I was on the internet from the moment I heard about this virus in Wuhan. I was on the internet looking up everything I could find about it. I was obsessed with it, wasn't I, Paula? And I've been obsessed with it ever since because I automatically don't trust anything that the government tells me. Well, when well, the day I turned 17 years old, I signed up for the United States Army. I believed that, we were a force for good in the world. And my illusion was spoiled pretty quickly. And then, several years on there, I was 29 years old, and I was losing my mind in Seymour, Indiana, and shit just got so goddamn bad. I spun so far out of control that I just took off and I went to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Two major things happened to me in Florida. The first thing was I finally got the goddamn internet. And the second thing was the 2000 election. Because here I was online now, and all these motherfuckers are talking George W. Bush versus Al Gore. Now, I'm being an open-minded person, at first. I'm like, well, I don't know shit about anything. I'm going to dive in here and see what I can find out. Start doing my work, and I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, George Bush is fucking ridiculous. And Al Gore is fucking ridiculous. Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton are fucking ridiculous. And I'm like, oh, well, all these people are fucking ridiculous. Well, there just happened to be another person running that year, and his name was Ralph Nader. So I became one of these Nader agitators. Like I was on all the Democratic things I could get on. I was on all the Republican things I could get on. And I was under these people's skin all day, every day, until they finally kicked me off of every last one of them. And being a native voter really agitates the shit out of a Democrat. I mean, they hate you as bad as the Republicans hate you for not being a Republican. And this year, it was great because this is a very odd thing because, I told you I lost my mind or whatever and I took off. Well, there's no way I would have been in Fort Lauderdale, Florida for that election had all that shit not went down. So here I am sitting in Fort Lauderdale. Election day comes, and I watch it all day. I'm sitting around because I'm getting a kick out of it because I'm having fun with these people anyway. Well, lo and behold, they call it for Gore, and I'm like, yeah, that's what I figured. And about I don't know, it wasn't very much longer down the road. Well, get this. After they called it for Gore, they went to some location wherever George W. Bush was at. George W. Bush was in some it almost looked like a lounge area. Looked like there was a bar there behind them. Daddy Bush, George H.W. Bush, and Barbara Bush were sitting at the bar or whatever. And they go talk to George W. and they're like, "How do you feel after Florida was called for Gore?" And W just goes, "I don't think we've heard the end of the. I don't think we've heard the vote totals in Florida yet." I'm like, what? Because the way they call those states is they got people standing outside the damn polling places asking who they voted for. They know who won the motherfucker. People aren't walking out fucking lying and saying, I voted for, that doesn't happen. There are all kinds of anomalies in that past election. Number one is we haven't had a fair election in decades. Yeah. Think about Kennedy versus Nixon. That's been a while back now, and that was definitely fucked up. And I don't think it's ever changed since then, because I think the true rulers do allow these two parties to compete, and so they cheat. I mean, come on. They're gonna they get what they do is they pick who they think these big leaders are going to want. But of course now when you come back into history here, and 1980 was Jimmy Carter versus Jimmy Carter versus Ronald Reagan. Now, the moment that Reagan won the GOP nomination and announced that he was going to have George H.W. Bush as his VP, the whole fucking shit show should have been shut down at that moment. Don, are you ready? So anyway, So George H.W. Bush was the goddamn head of the CIA. You can't just be the fucking head of the goddamn CIA and then fucking vice president. Oh yeah, and they even tried to assassinate Reagan so that that guy that shot at Reagan, he was some friends of the Bushes. Oh, that's true. That's true. It's proven. That's all. I don't have the guy's name and exactly how he was associated with the Bushes, but that guy was associated with the Bushes. Oh my God, the Bushes are horrible. The Bushes are horrible, but the Clintons are just as horrible. I mean, oh yeah, they were friends. That's another thing I was going to tell you. So if you keep on going down this timeline, like we let George H.W. Bush in there, which was just insane. That man could not be in that position. And then after Bush got elected president, that second term, Bill Clinton came out of nowhere. Nobody fucking got no goddamn governor of fucking Arkansas gets goddamn presidency. That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. He was a nobody governor running a corrupt state that everybody knew they were flying all the drugs in and out of Mena, Arkansas, and half of them were going up Bill's nose. Not half of them, because there were a lot of goddamn drugs that would kill him. But the guy was doing cocaine in his goddamn governor's office. But get this, Bill, but way before he was the governor, was also a Rhodes Scholar. And that's CIA territory. And get this, it's even worse, because Cecil Rhodes, is one of the original conspirators to start World War I and try to put Great Britain back on top of it. Yeah. You don't hear how World War I started every goddamn day. Right. And in fact, you really don't hear about how any of these fucking wars started because they don't want you to know how they started. So, anyway, let's jump back up here a little bit. So, Clinton was Bush's boy. He was one of them already. They were all up in that. Because you think about it, who do you think was running the drugs in Mena, in and out of Mena? That, right. And that was the CIA's did. And he was CIA since college. Him and Hillary both. So yeah, of course they're going to go around killing whoever they want to. They feel like that they're irreplaceable and they cannot go down. Yeah, well, that was John Kerry and George W. Bush, Skull and Bones, of course, George H.W. Bush. Yeah. Well, I can let me fill a little bit more of this history in real quick because World War II, you had George H.W. Bush actually fought in World War II. So let's talk about what happened in World War II. Well, during World War II, the World War II was set up with the Treaty of Versailles, which was the treaty that allegedly ended World War I, but World War I never really ended. They put it on a back burner with that Treaty of Versailles, and they knew goddamn good and well that they were going to have to fight Germany again. They wanted to fight them again because they didn't get to destroy them as bad as they wanted to. So, Treaty of Versailles, they basically robbed Germany of everything they can, and then they bring Hitler in. It could have been anybody, but he was perfect. Well, you can see. Look at how Clinton was bred. So yeah. So anyway, that war, which was preordained and all that shit, and really England fucking started it. England fucking started that war, which they started World War I as well. So, if anybody, yes, they did. Yeah, you're right. They did the revolution as well, which people. Yeah, they're a little aggressive if you ask me. They're aggressive with their own people too. Right now, their people are still locked down. Like the COVID cases are disappearing across Europe and including in Britain, but their people are still locked down. They were supposed to have Freedom Day on June 21st, and they came out and took it away from them. These people are all sitting around, they're locked down, everything's shut down and shit. You're giving them a date, and then that date comes, and you say, oh, no, I was just fucking kidding. the rest of the world is open, pretty much. Hmm. Yes, I feel sorry for him, man. That's one thing about me being on Twitter is I'm very aware of what's going on in England now. Because I mean that's the main people that I talk to over there. I'm like, come on, get them. Because God, here's the goddamn evidence. Fucking take this shit to fucking take them to task on it. It's right there. Share that with everybody you know, so everybody you know understands what it means for health professionals to suppress a drug that is a treatment for the disease uh, that has caused a what they call a global pandemic and a global emergency. Right, right. They've done this before, which is which is why I mean, God damn it, folks. Well, yeah, I mean, come on. As you're looking around, I there's one thing that I think that they never can account for, and that's the human spirit, man. You know, you just can't calculate what humans are going to do, man. You think you can? They did. They're still trying to. I mean, man, I can't believe Twitter is. I can't. I don't know how they're stopping it, dude. Because I bet I've retweeted that 150 fucking times at least. Because if I see anybody, if I'm going down my Twitter list and I see somebody that's talking about something associated with this, I'm like, oh no, read this. This ends this shit. This fucking right here says these motherfuckers conspired here to keep you from fucking having this treatment. And the World Health Organization says that it reduces mortality by 81%. How many people died? 3 million, 4 million? How much is 81% of that? Those people didn't have to die. Well, let me demonstrate several of the ways that killed all these fucking people. Well, number one, we've already discussed that you suppress a treatment. That's easy enough. But get this, as soon as this shit came out, I was suspicious immediately, just because I'm suspicious immediately of these motherfuckers. But then they started when they came out of the gate, they were just like, holy shit, there's a motherfucking deadly goddamn virus loose on the planet. It's gonna fucking kill 3.2 fucking percent of you motherfuckers that catch it. And it's the most contagious thing ever. I mean, I was immediately like, all right, they're lying. That is not what you do. You do not fucking go out and tell a person, any person, you don't tell a single person that they've got a deadly disease, because that's already, if you tell a person that they've got a deadly disease and they believe you, it can kill them. It can straight kill them. So they just told the world, hey, there's a deadly disease loose, and as soon as you get it, you could very well die. And then the next thing they did was, oh, you've got it. Hey, we're going to have to take you, put you in isolation. You can't have your loved ones around you. Boom, your ass is dead. You're dead. Yeah. It is a proven medical fact that having your family beside you when you're sick can pull people out of some goddamn heinous positions. You know? So they know this. And they're just snatching people's loved ones away from them, putting them in an isolation ward. And you think when they go in those isolation wards, you think those nurses are going in there and talking to them and being friendly with them, being nice? Fuck no, they're going about a rote of this. They're not fucking saying shit to that person. Yeah, that person's gonna get the fuck up and die. And they definitely killed a bunch of people like that. The ventilators. No, man, Listen to this. I went to IUPUI to become a respiratory therapist. Never graduated, but I did work at Schneck Memorial Hospital for a goddamn year. And I ran fucking ventilators while I was in there. The second I fucking heard what was going on with those ventilators, I was like, killing those motherfuckers with those ventilators? Dude, how many of those people just got murdered? I mean, I don't. To me, it seems that Cuomo is in on it. It seems like it because why in the fuck? Who told you to take these people out of hospital and send them back into those nursing homes? Who told you to do that? That is absolutely fucking insane. Yeah. And that brings me to another thing, diagnosis. We're talking the PCR tests. No. Misused completely. They were never designed right in the first place. They never had the full virus when they made that test. Yeah, I heard that shit too. Right. I witnessed the same thing in Seymour. Paula had a gallbladder attack during that time, and we went to Seymour Hospital, and there was nobody in there. Nobody. But there was I take that back. There was a hell of a lot of emergency room staff standing around. But there was nobody there, except for a few people that were really sick and had to go to the emergency room. They were not doing that type of procedure at that time because they were keeping everything open for the big wave that was coming. But because they had no one and because a surgeon was there standing around, they offered to do Paula's. So we're like, hell yeah, let's get this done. They do it, and they come to get me, and they take me through the bowels of the hospital, the underneath through all these back rooms and stuff, and I'm looking around, and this hospital is fucking ass empty. There's nobody in this damn thing. Yeah. Get this. They take me to the second floor where Paula is supposed to be in recovery, right? As soon as I shit you not, one nurse came in and she goes, well, as soon as you can get up and go to the bathroom on your own, we can release you. And we're thinking, great, it's not going to be too long, maybe an hour. 5 minutes later, the nurse comes in, oh, I'm so sorry, but we've got to get you guys out of here. I'm like, because they didn't want us to be looking around at that situation going, what in the fuck is going on here? And what was going on was they made it so that that's another way that they killed people because people couldn't get any fucking care. Simply weren't fucking offering it. Lots of people, if you have a gallbladder surgery scheduled, well, that's an elective unless it's an emergency. So you're going to sit around and be sick that much longer. And when you're sick like that with a fucking gallbladder that's going bad, it's going to fucking make you, other things are going to go wrong with you. Well, the people that didn't get diagnosed with cancer because of this, they're all going to die. I mean, we're talking, when this is all said and done, and we count the toll from what they did with the lockdowns and everything, it's going to be, I'm going to say tens, like is 20,000 or more dead because of what they did. It's that bad. And shit's going to get tight too. I mean, we're going to have to step it up. That means growing a lot of food, canning food, making sure that everybody's got food. Well, I think we're in a small enough community that if we get smart, as people innovate, and we come up with creative ways of creating value, which is what I'm hoping to do out here, and I believe that we are. Art always retains value throughout time. Uh, yeah, there's not a lot of money in the community, but there's still money in the world to be had for right now. And I think we can tap into that, maybe earn a little bit of cash, and maybe sink it into something that's going to be a store of value, like fucking Bitcoin. And if you want to hear my argument on that, I can do it. But yeah. If you can get your hands on precious metals, get them. Put them away somewhere and make sure you have them. They can be traded for stuff at any time. Um, yeah. It's good to be prepared, especially right now when we're looking at okay, so these people have now been caught in I mean, you can call it a genocide. It's certainly an atrocity. It's crimes against humanity, and they know that they're well aware of what they've done, so they're going to do anything that they can not to fucking get hung. Yeah, then he kind of drop out of the picture. And then Buffett resigned from his board. I see what I kind of thought. I thought I envisioned something like this happening years ago, and what I thought would eventually happen would be like rats from a sinking ship, and then people would start seeing suicides among these people, because they're not going to want to face these charges, you know. Those higher up people, my God, man, how, you can't answer to that. What was going through your mind when you decided to hide this intervention from all these people? What were you thinking? Well, let's see. If I'm Dr. Fauci and I've got a buddy named Bill Gates and he's throwing a bunch of money around to do all this fucking shit with vaccines, and then him and Gates, or Dr. Fauci and Gates get together in the year 2010. They get together in the year 2010, and they start this program called A Decade of Vaccines. A decade of vaccines. Well, let's see, 2010, that's 2020, and if I'm looking at the decade, not a hell of a lot happened with vaccines until the end of it. That last year that they had to pull off their fucking decade of vaccines with with a bang. It'll never, it'll never do it all, unfortunately. But anyway, yeah, I believe it. Dr. Fauci had a lot of financial incentive to lie. And I think it's even worse than that. I think these people are more like Nazis. And they openly wanted to experiment on people. They wanted to change the entire human race. But they want what is called transhumanism to where we pretty much melded with the machines and they can push buttons and make us do what we need to do. Yeah. So that's all. It's kind of depressing when you think about it, but at the same time, guys, I mean, shit, man, we've survived this far. Yeah, I mean, we've survived this far. Most of us didn't take the fucking vaccines, you know, And thank goodness, but the people that did take it, they're going to need help because what they did was, and they're going to act like this was a fucking accident, but the studies, they knew from the studies that they had already done that the spike proteins were the goddamn problem. Oh, fuck. They went out of their way to make sure that they didn't have any liability. But, I mean, when you get a writer like this guy coming out and writing a piece like that, I mean, there's no suppressing that shit. That's in a private magazine that his wife is the editor of. This guy's he's got money and he's got a legal team, and you're not gonna take his First Amendment right away. So that means that the story has to come out. Now, what happens as a result of that story? I think it depends on how fast we get the story out. I think if everybody realizes it real goddamn fast, like ripping a band-aid off. Yeah, but I can't tell what to believe and what not to believe.
I believe this. I believe this. I've seen
Right,
the results.
right.
I think it's about like 98% if you're younger than the age of 60 something. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Push into it. They're persuaded into it. Yeah.
And then, no treatment for it.
Yeah, you gotta get the vaccination.
The only thing that's going to stop this.
Yeah, I had to have a tearful day whenever I heard John crying about it. They want those kind of people to be gone because they speak the truth. Yeah, I got about one more set. In no way, shape, or form will I end in any way that I supported, but I can say this one thing that was present in my lifetime. It's never been. That's something that a lot of people don't. Now, yes, domestically, there was a big outrage with Trump, but at the same time, am I wrong on that there? Am I wrong on that there? Like, Trump, he never stopped. Let's see, like, am I wrong on this? Like, am I wrong on what I just said that Trump never started out of all the presidents? He definitely didn't back away from it. And he'd be like, not being big about it. If he wasn't scared about things, I'm sure his support would be. You know what I mean?
Cool. Megan's gonna get back up here and sing another couple songs for it.
I can't remember the name of the song. It's what is the name of that song? It's called the one that's like a little bit of smoke and a whole lot of wine. Yeah, that'll be my final song. But I got two before that.
Live feed. Hell, I forgot we were live too. I hope people were listening out there to that, because that was a pretty good history lesson, I would call that. And there's more where that came from, believe that. I got a little obsessed with the whole thing over the years. I mean, when you believe something so wholeheartedly and then it's ripped out from under you. Yeah. It's looking good, eh? Yeah. I need something.
There we go, dude. Alright, I think I got it ready. Oh, that cowboy had to cover up his horns. Sweet talking forked tongue had a tempting charm. Before I turned around, that girl was gone. All I can say is bartender poured something strong. Here's to the past, they can kiss my glass. I hope she is happy with them. Here's to the girl who wrecked my world, that angel who did me in. I think the devil tries to kill. I'll watch her drive away over the hill. Out against her will, I got time to kill. Down a broken heart. It was long and cold,
mine. Fire engine red, that thing was hot. He wrapped it up, she waved goodbye. Love's gone to hell, and so have I. It's too fast, they can kiss my glass. I hope she's happy with them. It's to the girl who wrecked my world, that angel who did me in. I think the devil drives me to the hill. I watch him drive away over the hill. Not against her will, I got time to kill. Yeah, I'm broken. It's to the past, they can kiss my glass. I hope she's happy with them. It's to the girl who wrecked my world, that angel who did me in. I think the devil tries to kill me, Bill. I watch him drive away over the hill. Not against the will, I got time to kill. Yeah, I'm I said, Grandpa, what's this picture here? It's all black and white, ain't real clear. Is that you there? He said, yeah, I was 11. Times were tough back in 35. That's me and Uncle Joe just trying to survive a cotton farm. Great Depression. But it looks like we're scared to death, like a couple of kids just trying to save each other. Should have seen it in the collar. On this long years taking overseas in the middle of hell in 1943. Could almost see my breath. That was my tail gunner, old Johnny McGee. He was a high school teacher from New Orleans. He had my back through the day we left. But it looks like we were scared to death, like a couple of kids just trying to save each other. Should have seen it in the collar. Well, the picture is worth 1,000 words, but you can't see what those shades really cover. Should have seen it in the collar. Yeah, and this one is my favorite one. This is me and Grandma and the sun all dressed up. Hey, we said our hours. Can't tell it here, but it was hot that June Roses red in her eyes, blue, just like that song. I was so proud. That's the story of my life. Right there in black and white. But it looks like we were scared to death, like a couple of kids just trying to save each other. Should have seen them coming. Well, pictures breathe out the words, but you can't see what those shades of gray keep coming. Should have seen them coming. Should have seen them coming.
Awesome, man.
Yet plastic bags wrapped around his shoes. Up with the evening news. That pair of old socks on his hands. Things times pass without low. It was freezing rain, spit snow. He was thrown up behind some garbage cans. I was afraid that he was dead. I gave him a gentle shake. When he opened up his eyes, I said, "Oh man, are you okay?" He said, "I just come down out of a cottonwood tree. I was running from some honeybees. Trip giant in the summer breeze. After jumping in Calico Creek, I was walking down an old dirt road, past a field of hay that I just went below. And I wish you just let me alone. Sounds so almost home." He said, "I was just coming around the barn about the time you grabbed my arm, and I heard Mama holler, son, hurry up." I was close enough for my old nose, smelled fresh copper on the stove. I saw Daddy loading up the truck. Cane poles on the tailgate, bobbers blowing in the wind. Since July 55, that's as close as I've been. Yeah, I just come down out of a cottonwood tree. I was running from some honeybees. Trip giant in the summer breeze. After jumping in the Calico that it just didn't know. And I wish you just let me know. I was almost home. I said, oh, baby, gonna freeze to death. Let me drive you to mission. He said, boy, if you left me alone, right now I'd be fishing. Yeah, I just come down out of a cottonwood tree. I was running from some honeybees, just trying in the summer breeze. After jumping in to Calico Creek, I was walking down an old dirt road, past the field of hay that had just been mowed. Man, I wish you just left me alone. 'Cause I was almost home, almost home. Man, I wish you just left me alone. I was almost home. Well, I ain't got money, but I'm doing fine. Just really hours doing. Looking for a cow about 5'10", and I want to take down that woods. Drinking, drugging, having fun, and I like to get out on my old shotgun. If I think I'm gonna have a bad time, gotta live in smoking old hot. Well, I had a good friend, thought she'd be my bride, but this wasn't good enough for her. She broke my heart and she tore my soul, but she needed more dig down music. Though. Never thought back out loud and leave me hanging for you got Then I thought she was just a face, and now I'm sitting here thinking about the old cow. Well, I'm gonna have a good time Saturday night. Oh, my gal left before that bird died. Don't really care if you hate me, you see, 'cause I'm just a country boy from Jackson County. Never been crazy on the rowdy side, and I never drink whiskey, and I never get high. It's in town about a 4:30 with a little bit of whiskey and my worn out. With a little bit of whiskey and my worn out.
liked it.
Nice, Sagan.
Yeah.
Are you done, Hagen?
Yep.
All right, brother. We got an open mic again.
I may be back. I may come back onto it.
I'll just keep talking until somebody's like, Jesus Christ, give me that microphone.
I just gotta have a moment or two to be able to bond with the songs I want to play next.
Right on. Everybody's doing a brand new dance now. That locomotion, or you mean freedom of locomotion? Freedom of locomotion. Yeah, freedom of locomotion is probably the quintessential freedom, really, because I mean, yeah, you can say you got free thought, but can you do anything about it? And that's locomotion. Locomotion goes so far as whatever you're doing, walking around, driving around, whatever you're doing, you're locomoting. We got all night. We can sit out here all night, keep bullshitting. Oh, yeah, so freedom of thought, and then freedom of locomotion. Because you got to be able to think about it, and you got to be able to do it. No, but it's implied. They where they failed in the Constitution, when they were writing up freedom of religion, they should have included freedom of opinion, because you got to have freedom of opinion. You can be, that opinion can change at any point in time. I've argued with them several times about freedom of thought, and not, that's freedom of thought, but you're telling me I can't think that way. I mean, clearly I can't think that. If I can think it, then I can do it. Yeah, he's back. I don't know where Rusty is. I would say it probably never meant much from the beginning. Yeah, well, there's this freedom that we're supposed. I mean, it really.
I'm not gonna pick, and also I have about 500 so I'm not.
get more scary. They can hear you. You do remember that it's still live.
Oh no, are we still live?
Yeah, it's been 2 hours.
I'm sure nobody's watching.
Nobody's watching except for you.
There's a live stream. There's nothing happening on it.
Yeah. How is that live? In the
Oh
stream?
yeah, I can't hook that in from there.
What do you mean?
Well, I was gonna put some music on, but it's way over here. I don't think it'll reach. Yeah, don't look at that. Do not look at that thing yet. It'll hurt your eyes.
Are we ever gonna end the stream?
Maybe it might be an endless stream. Yeah, we can. You can end it, buddy.
Okay. And that was